Want me to do it, Marge? I'll do it.
So welcome, everybody. Pam and I are happy to have you all here. And it's fun to be doing this kind of thing where we can do it from multiple places. So it's great to see everybody's face on Zoom. And I want to say hi to everybody in the room. I'm sorry I'm not there with you guys, but we're going to have some fun this afternoon. So Pam, should we go ahead and get started?
Yes, PowerPoint crisis averted. We're good.
Awesome. Thanks, Pam. So Pam and I are going to tag team it with her there and me on Zoom. And we're used to doing that. We've been doing that for years. And I am just going to take a moment to introduce Pam to those of you who may or may not know. I think everybody on this call knows her because she's a legend in the industry. But I got to know Pam when we were both very involved with Women's Council, and she was at the state level, and I was doing some things nationally as well as at the state level. And so she's been a local, we called them chapters back then, network president, and she was the state president. And we're so honored to have her here as the COO of WeServe. So Pam, thanks for everything you do in the industry. It's an honor to host this with you.
Thank you.
All right, so for those of you who don't know me, my name's Cindy Reddy. I'm a past national president for Women's Council 2015. It's hard to believe that was 5 years ago already, but time flies, right? And so many friendly faces in the group, but I served at the local, state, regional, and national level for Women's Council, and have just rolled off executive committee after being on our national executive committee for 12 years. So I have been around a little while, and I consider all of you guys family and friends. So it's great to see everybody. All right, so let's move on with our program for today. So Marge is, her theme for today is really team, which TEAM, together everyone accomplishes more. And I think that's such a great way to start 2021. We're all ready to accomplish more. So no more hold button. We're ready to move forward with 2021. So the next thing, Pam, can you move the slide forward? I think is the Pledge of Allegiance. And let me introduce Mike. Mike is the owner broker of ProSmart Realty. He's been been there for 20 years. He has over 200 agents in his operation. He is Marge's broker, and his job is to keep her in line. That's all I'm going to say on that. So if you guys would help me welcome Mike. Is it somebody help me pronounce? Say it again. Schweikart. I didn't want to slaughter it too bad. So Mike, welcome, and please join us please lead us in the pledge.
I tell everybody, can you hear me? Is this on? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I was a junior in college when I finally learned how to spell my last name. So I don't blame you for not being able to pronounce it.
Thank you, Mike.
The flag over here. Okay, let's do the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America,
and to the republic
for which it stands,
one
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
All right, next we have our invocation by Pastor Jeff Sutherland, who is also a realtor at eXp Realty and a personal friend of Marge's. So Jeff, would you please lead us in our invocation?
It's an honor to be here, Commissioner. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Jeff Sutherland, and it was an honor to be asked to do this. We're in a year which has been a little tough, would you agree? But we have a lot to be grateful for, amen? We have a lot to be grateful for. I actually lost my dad in July 21st of this year from COVID. It's been a challenging year for myself, but you know what? We're here today. I give thanks for that. And I'm going to ask you to lean into these words I say today, okay? And because it says under God in the Pledge of Allegiance, and I still take those words very seriously. So if you could, bow your heads. Father God, we give you thanks. We thank you for the breath that you have given us and the opportunity to serve. Thank you for this day. You have created us in your image, and we were built for community. Thank you for bringing us together today to celebrate the next chapter in this chapter of WCR. We know, O Lord, that there is no authority except from God, and as leaders, this opportunity to lead comes from you. Lord, help us to keep our eyes on you, even though the sin of the world and our anxieties can sometimes overwhelm us. Many have said, Lord, that they cannot wait for 2020 to be over. In times such as these, we desperately need leaders that have a heart for you, O Lord. So we ask you to renew our spirits. Help us to remember to embrace the mission that you want us to go on every day. That mission never stops, no matter what. That mission is to love and serve one another, to care for those that cannot care for themselves, and to spread your love to the world. In this light, I would especially like to lift up Marge Peck as the new WCR president. Lord, Marge is a faithful servant of you, and as you know, and I ask you to lift her up as she leads this organization. Not only lift her up, but also lift her fellow leaders up that will be leading this chapter in 2021. Help Marge especially as she carries out her duties. She knows that as a blood-bought believer in you, through the sacrifice of Jesus on the cross and his resurrection, she has been gifted with the Holy Spirit. Your Holy Spirit has given her the power to lead this chapter with humility, grace, and perseverance. Help her to remember these words that you declared in Psalm 115. Not to us, O Lord, not to us, but to your name give glory for the sake of your steadfast love and your faithfulness. So yes, Lord, not to us, but to your glory. I ask you to help Marge and her leadership team to always remember these words and put your glory and your will in the forefront of their decision-making. Help Marge and her team to speak to others with kindness, compassion, and humility. I ask them to seek your will in their decisions, not necessarily their own. I ask you to help them lead with creative ideas and education that will build up others and help them to succeed in life. Breathe life into them, O Lord, so they can be the best that they can be and bring out the best in others. And finally, Lord, we thank you for this meal that is before us, and we thank you for the hands that made it. We pray for the We Serve organization. We pray for our commissioner, and we give thanks for all the people that put this together. Thank you for providing us our daily bread. We pray all this in the precious name that is above all other names, and that's Jesus the Christ. Amen.
Thank you, Jeff. And now I'd like to introduce Stacy Krolak, who's going to be doing our inspiration for today. So Stacy has been involved with Women's Council for many years, and she is the 2021 National Liaison for National Women's Council, and she is a past president of the State of Arizona Women's Council. Stacy?
Thank you, Pam. Such an honor to be here today before all of you, and such an honor to have our commissioner here. Thank you so very much. I had the distinct pleasure of being invited to our incoming president's retreat this year, and I tell you, to see the passion and the love that she has for the council just really weighed on my heart. I also got to see the commitment of the members that she so selectively picked, and I was so inspired. I was able to attend this meeting up in the White Mountains with another national member, Sam Powell, from our Women's Council, and I have to say that both of us were such encouraged by the commitment that is going to come forth this year. So please follow along. As a man was passing the elephants, he suddenly stopped, confused by the fact that these huge creatures were being held back only by a small rope tied to their front leg. No chains, no cages. It was obvious that the elephants at any time could break their bonds, but for some reason, they did not. They just stood there. He saw the trainer nearby and asked why these animals just stood there and made no attempt to get away. Well, the trainer said, when they were very young, much smaller, we used the same size rope to tie them. And at that age, it was enough to hold them. As they grew, they conditioned themselves to believe that they could not break away. They believe that the ropes can still hold them, so they never tried to break free. The man was amazed. These animals at any time could break free from their bonds, but they believed that they couldn't. They were stuck right where they were. Like the elephants, many of us go through life hanging on to the belief that we cannot do something simply because we failed at it before. Haven't we all been at these crossroads in our lives before? I believe the sky is the limit for the Southeast Valley. Please don't let any conditions hold you back when you're thinking of the goals and what you have before you. Your mind is a very, very powerful vehicle, we've learned many times. And as your incoming president shared with me her membership goals, which I have to say I'm very impressed. These membership goals are hefty and mighty, and no doubt in my mind that Marge will be able to break these ropes with the help of her team, and together I know you'll be able to. And I'm hoping collectively to stand here next year and celebrate with you all of your goals that I believe that you will be able to achieve together. So I thank you so much for having me here today, Marge, and I wish you nothing but the best. You're welcome.
Thank you, Stacy. What a great message, right? To start us off. All right, I want to take a minute and introduce, before we introduce our platinum partners, our strategic partners, I want to introduce some special guests that are with us in the room and on Zoom. And Pam, if I miss anyone, if you would help me with the group that's in the room as well. So first of all, I want to say that on behalf of Marge and the whole group, that to Commissioner Judy Lowe, we are always honored to have you with us, and thank you for taking time today to be with us. So let's give Judy a warm round of applause. And then we have our 2021 Arizona State Women's Council of Realtors President Kay Carlson on the phone, on the Zoom with us. We also have Sam Powell, who's been shouting out to everyone from Chicago. Sam, it's always great to see you. We have our state liaison, Carolyn Altman, for 2021, and she was a 2020 governor. So Carolyn, welcome as well. Deanna Weaver, who was a 2020 governor and will be a 2021 district vice president, is also with us. And then, of course, in the room, we have a very special guest of Marge's, Francis Rang. And in addition to that, a few past presidents of this network, and that would be Karen Kay and Leela Woodward, and of course, Pam. Am I missing anybody else, Pam, that you're seeing on Zoom or in the room, that, or Marge, anyone else that we need to call out?
I don't see any other past presidents, no.
Okay. So
No,
thank
we're
you
good.
all for being here to celebrate. Marge, were you saying something?
No,
Okay.
she wasn't, believe it or not.
It's early. It's early. It's early. Okay. All right. Thank you all for being here to celebrate with us. We have, so Pam, I'm going to turn it over to you to introduce our strategic partners, please.
Thank you, Cindy. So, and I have to like do that or pick it up. One of our strategic partners is We Serve, the West and Southeast Realtors of the Valley. And I am honored to be able to be here as the COO of the company. Roger wanted to be here today, Roger Nelson, our CEO. He is at our Pinal Chapter County Chapter Council installation. There's a bunch of C words there, but he's down there. He was hoping to make it back to say hi to everyone because he's very committed to Women's Council. We have 3 chapters in our association. We have this chapter here, the West Valley chapter, and Sierra Vista. So we're all committed. We're very committed to Women's Council in this company, and anything you guys ever need or want, we're always going to be here for you. So with that said, thank you for letting us be a sponsor.
Before she introduces the next sponsor, let me just tell you, last night she and I were talking at 11:30 Arizona time with one another about today, speaking of commitment. So thank you, Pam.
You're welcome. Yvette's going to be here in just a little bit, so we'll let her come up in a while.
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, you are? Oh, I apologize.
Yes. Yes. Can
Well,
you hear me?
Yes, so this is Yvette, and
Yeah, hopefully everybody can see me. It's a privilege to be, I just so appreciate Marge approaching me, and it's a privilege to be a platinum sponsor for WCR this year. It really is. I'm looking very forward to it. I just wanted to just tell everybody really quick, the 2021 calendar that you either received in the mail, hopefully you received it in the mail or in your box. You may have gotten an email about it. This calendar is for you in terms of you as the agents can go on our toolbox on our website for free. And once you input all your information in it, and you find the calendar in the marketing tools, the 2021, you hit print and this will come out with your information on it. So it's good timing for closing baskets. Those of you still doing open houses, if you're mailing out to past clients, believe it or not, people still use these as a point of reference. So use it as a tool. For those of you working out of home, please, I just posted on my Facebook this morning. Those of you working out of home, you know, do you not just need plans, calendars? Do you need sticky note pads? You know, I've got hand sanitizers. What do you need? And so I just got a slew of requests. So if you would like, you can give me your home address in Facebook through a message or email, and I'm happy to mail you whatever you need. And I just so appreciate those that have supported Old Republic Home Protection in the 21 years I've been employed with them. We couldn't do it without your support. And just so, again, looking forward to working with you all this year and being a part of this organization. So thank you.
thank you, Yvette. And for those of you that do not know Yvette, I'm sure there's very few that do not. Yvette has been a great supporter of all realtors ever since I've been involved. I got involved in real estate in the late 90s, and you may have even been around at that time. So she's amazing. Give her a chance. She's always there to take your call. And thank you so much, Yvette, for your dedication. Next, it looks like we have someone that is called a mortgage expert. It's Bridget. She's here in the room, and she's also dedicated to Women's Council because she's been an officer for 2 years now, going on her second year, and she's quite the dancer. So if you don't mind, she's won the Dancing with the Stars here before. So
Okay, Bridget, dance up to the podium.
Well, thank you so much for having me here, Marge. I appreciate and I'm honored to be asked again for the treasurer position for 2021. I'm not quite sure what I was thinking, but I know that we will have a really great year. So I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm excited to get to know everybody a little bit better that wasn't on the board last year. And I'm just very thankful that we're all here together. It's been a while since we've all been in a room together, at least for me. I'm not sure if everybody else has that same feeling, but it's a little weird. But I'm really looking forward to it, Marge, and I'm happy to be on your team this year. So, yeah, no problem.
and next we have Terry Sterling. Oh, there she is. Hi, Terry. She's with Empire West Title Agency, and they use one of my favorite colors, purple. So, and Terry and I don't know each other very well, but she's been around. She's been a supporter of Women's Council, and we appreciate you.
Everything's so weird this year. Hello, everyone. My name is Terry Sterling. I'm with Empire West Title Agency. I actually was on the board for the year that Leila was president. So I'm a little familiar with kind of what's going on, but I'm super excited for Marge to be president for next year. I know that she's been looking forward to this, and all year long I've heard all these different plans and all the things that she wants to do. So I'm super excited to be a part of it. I know we're going to have a lot of classes and a lot of different events and stuff going on. So I think it's going to be really exciting. I also just wanted to introduce Amy Bruner. She is actually the branch manager at the Tempe Broadway branch, actually where that's my main branch there. We do have a lot of different branches throughout the city. But I just wanted to bring her today so that she could get to know some of you, and maybe might be able to bring her throughout some of the other events that we have throughout the year. So anyway, just super excited to be a part. And if you guys need anything, kind of like Yvette, I have masks and hand sanitizers, but I have all kinds of things to help you out with listings and getting some additional business, especially since I think 2021 might be a little interesting. So anyway, I look forward to meeting all of you, and let's have a great 2021.
Thank you, Terry. So those of you in the room and on Zoom may have noticed on the PowerPoint at the bottom, it says taking pictures today. Please email a copy to wcrarizona@ourskylight.com. So Marge would love to get pictures from as many people as are willing to take some shots. So as you get a chance today, please take some photos and send them her way. And with that, Marge wants to talk a little bit about the silent auction. So Marge, can you come up and share with them how that's all going to work? And what our fun silent auction items are.
Yeah, because those of us on a Zoom call are going to need a handler in the room so we can be a part of it.
Okay,
Right.
so I think what I might do is hold up. It says Marge to hold them up. Okay, and Cindy introduces Marge. I'm reading notes here because I'm being very, very agenda conscious. I got to stop and thank Pastor Jeff. That had to be the most beautiful invocation I've heard. Well, I haven't heard one in a very long time. Have you, Judy? Oh, I called you Judy first time. I'm moved. I'm really moved, and I'm going to so behave today you guys won't even know me. Okay, so we have two really neat items today. One is Rodan and Fields, and if any of you, does anybody in the room use Rodan and Fields product? And I can't see anybody on Zoom, but everybody says I look good and I look youthful and I look young. I've never used any skincare until about a year ago. I started using Rodan and Fields. I have two skin products in here from Jana Fedora, and they're valued at $150, and I'm going to open the bidding up at $50. And Pam, how are we going to do this with the chat room? These guys don't have chat and they can't sign in. So I guess what we could do is ask if there's anybody. I can't see anybody's hands because you're all on, I mean, okay, are we going to flip and go to, hi Sam. And Sam doesn't have to buy anything for skincare because she doesn't wear makeup. So Sam's out of the bidding here, but what we can do, Sam, do you have any idea how I can do this? I mean, I can hold this up. It's absolutely beautiful.
Marge, one quick and dirty solution is make it a live auction and have people shout out the amount that they're willing to pay for it and get this show on the road, make people's faces feel awesome.
I want the box. Okay, this is what's important here. The box is gorgeous. And inside there's two, I don't know if I can even show this on Zoom. And it has my very favorite color inside with the turquoise. And there's two beautiful containers here. One is the Active Hydration Body Replenish, and the other is the Dermablast Abrasion Paste. I have all this at home. This one here is amazing. I use this one, the hydration, on my arms and my elbows and everywhere, and it's phenomenal. So I'm going to open. Are we going to do this live? Are we doing this a live auction now, Sam?
So do
Everybody can.
You can either do that or you can put sheets next to them there, and people could also do it in the chat. But it's up to you, Marge, which way you want to do it.
Okay. Do we want to do live bidding? How many want to do live bidding? Sam can be the auctioneer. Okay, okay, Sam, you like how this was delegated by Leela. And see, I'm yielding to my advice. God, I love your top. Everybody wore bling today. I wonder why.
She's not distractible at all, by the way.
Pardon?
Take it away.
Okay, so we have a $50 from Jeff Sutherland. Sam, take it back to you. I'll do 60.
There we go. We got 60. Who else do we have? We got 60. We got 65. 65. Do I have 65? Anyone? Anyone? Marge, you got to tell me if anyone in the room 65.
Leela's got 75, Sam.
75. 75. Do I hear 80? 80? Can I get an 80?
Jeff is at 80. He's going to take this home to his wife. He's
Jeff,
Christmas shopping.
Jeff, are you willing to leave the box behind? She wants the box. How about 90? Who do we have at 90? 90, 95, 90, 95?
Come on, you guys,
Anyone?
100. Somebody make it 100.
Oh, Vicky,
Someone bust us
Vicky made
over.
it 100.
There we go. We're at 100. Can I hear 110? 110? Any takers? 110.
Leela's at
110.
110.
110 going once? 110 going twice? Come
Pardon?
on, sneak
Hold
in there.
Vicky did 120.
All right, we're at 120. Do I hear 125, 130?
Leela's giving Vicky the
Side eye.
sly look. See, I didn't even say anything bad, Pastor Jeff.
Nice. Cindy, what number are we at?
Where are we at?
130. We're looking for like 135. Come on, someone give me $135 minus the box. No box. No
Leela's at,
box for 135. Marge, who do you have?
okay, Vicky's now at 150.
150. Anyone want to take that away from her? Something over 150, 175. If we're going to do a jump, it's got to be big now. 175 minus the box, 175. Anybody? Anybody? Otherwise, it's going for 150 or somewhere in between. Hearing none? I feel like you might have a winner at 150.
Okay, congratulations.
Yay, congratulations.
Okay, who bid it? Oh, she just gave it to her mom. Fran, I think this was your Christmas present. Okay, so we have one more. And this goes with it. There's a card in here and some other nice things from Janet. Janet, I know you're on board there. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Janet's son is at Western Skies Golf Course. And so, you know, this is just, they have this thing in Women's Council that says you have to ask. So please know, I will ask all year long. We have this letter entitles the bearer to 118-hole round of golf for up to 4 players at Western Sky Golf. And this is good till November 28th, 2021. And we've got some, oh, we have some golf balls in here, some Tour BRX swing speed. And we have a hat, and the value of this is $250. So Mike Schweikert just says, nice hat. Did you want to open the bidding on that, Mike? Okay. The value is $250. Where would you like to start Mike? It's a foursome. Okay, it is a 118-hole round of golf for up to 4 players. Okay, we have the opening bid of $50 from Mike Schweikert. 100 from Stacy Krolak. Guys, this is something you could get for your husbands, you know, unless you golf yourself. Value is $250. I heard 120 somewhere. Carol Jorgensen in the back of the room has bid $120. Pardon? I can't hear what you're bidding. 130. All right, we've got 130 from B. Yay. Anybody online? Silent.
Apparently no golfers online.
Okay. No golfers online. We are at $130 for a round of 4. And this bucket.
Guys in Phoenix for 100. I think you guys, somebody should go 150. Come on, you guys. The men in your life.
Oh, Melissa's going to 150.
You can't even get 2 rounds for 150 in the valley right now, so.
Right.
Okay. 155 from B. Do I hear any other bids? 155 is the highest. 160 to Melissa. This is good. Lunch is being served while we're bidding on this. We better keep going here.
There you go.
Okay.
160.
Used to call a friend who golfs. Somebody would die if they knew they could get 4 rounds for
175. 175 to Pam Priestad. Okay.
Good job. Keep it up.
175. Do we have anybody going to 185? Let me see a hand for 185. Oh, B's at 185. Oh, okay. Well, okay, so I have the mother and the daughter bidding against each other. What is this? Okay, wait a minute. Your mom just got it for 185. Who's going to give it to who for Christmas? Okay, now they're looking at each other. Should we do this? Okay. All right. Do you want to outbid your mom now at 185? No? Okay. I should have shut my mouth as to who was bidding.
100 and split it.
We have a 185 from B. Is anybody going to go to the even 200? Oh, Pam. Oh, okay. Now we've got it going on here. We've got 200 from Pam. Pardon? Yeah, 225. Do we hear 225? Going once? Going twice? Going 3 times. Pam? I know what your husband's getting for Christmas.
Nice job. Thanks, you guys.
Okay, Cindy, was that all I was supposed to do right now?
Yeah, I was just gonna make sure that lunch was being plated and give everybody a few minutes to get settled into lunch, and then we'll come back. Is that okay?
That sounds like a plan.
Okay, somebody needs to let me know when everybody's got their lunch, and then we'll continue to move forward.
You know, they're walking around the room while we're doing this, and I think that I think we're going to be okay to continue, right?
Awesome.
I know what you want. You want to be able to have the people come up. Never mind.
Okay, so as we move through the program, if somebody wants to put the PowerPoint back up, the next segment, first of all, I want to just introduce Jana Powell, who's our 2020 president for the network. And she has some appreciation and awards to present to her team. And I just want to say, Jana, great job this year. We're proud of you. And for those of you who don't know, she's just been elected to the state treasurer position for state. Congratulations, Jana. And take it away.
Jimmy, can you give us the ability to share our screen? It says, since you're the host, we need you to let us share the screen back.
Sure. So Marge is no longer the host.
You're the host.
You should be able to use co-host. Okay, 1 second.
Thanks, Jimmy.
All right. Okay, go ahead and try it now. Marge is officially co-host.
PowerPoint, right there.
Okay, Jana, do you want to step up to the podium to take over this part of the presentation?
Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for coming. I'm going to make this short and sweet and to the point because I like to cry. So, I can't help it. This has been a very challenging year for everyone in the industry and especially for our network because we had so many fabulous plans that got canceled and we had to move to Zoom. So I really want to thank my entire board for helping pivot when it was very challenging with COVID-19 and our membership and being able to be supportive still through Zoom for us. That was great. Can I have a tissue? Sorry, hang on 1 second, guys.
This is what Women's Council is all about. We support each other, we love each other, and we know what this year. It's a funny story, you guys. I'm president of my local network, my local association. At least I was until Monday, but they nicknamed me this year Prez, P-R-E-Z, Zoom, Z-O-O-M, Presume. So I just want you to know, Jana, that you're in great company as a Presume.
Thank you. So 2020 has been interesting to say the least, but I just want to make sure that the whole membership and the board conveyed to everyone that our membership was definitely our #1 goal this year as we pivoted. I know it's everyone's favorite word at this point. And I want to especially thank our strategic sponsors and our national affiliates because we definitely wouldn't be anywhere without them. And just thank you for this support for this crazy year that we've been in. So I have some awards for my board. So the first one is Brian, who was a fabulous membership director this year. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Leila. Mike, he's been a fabulous programs director, so all of the things that you've attended mostly on Zoom, Mike has put together. Thank you. Shannon, my wonderful secretary, who's documented all of our woes this year. That's good because mine's not. You're welcome. Let's go over here. And Bridget, our fabulous treasurer. And last but not least, soon to be your president, my president-elect, Marge. Thank you. And then I have some for my chairs, and some of them are on Zoom, so I will come to your office and harass you later with them. Lydia Cruz, who's our fundraising chair. She's on Zoom. I think I saw her go by. Jessica Blackwell, my technology chair. I believe she's on Zoom also. Thank you. And Melissa Al-Rafai, our education chair. She's here. That's okay. Do you want me to hug you? Oh, okay. Well, you never know. Here, this is yours. Thank you. And Rami Watts was our audit and standing rules chair, and I don't believe she's here either. And then a special shout out to my presidential advisor, which was Marcy Slater, and I don't think she's on Zoom right now, but I'll get those to them later. Am I supposed to do those now? Okay. Do I let Cindy? Where's Cindy? I have my affiliate and my realtor or member of the year. Do you want me to do those now?
I would love that. I think this is a perfect place in the program.
Okay. So the affiliate of the year, we put out an email to the membership to gather votes for it. And our affiliate of the year is Brian Stanley. Don't cry.
That's your job.
Only one of us can.
So Brian, would you like to say a few words to the group before you step away?
Needless to say, it's been a very interesting year. Like Janice said, we had a lot of great plans, a lot of big events. Didn't happen. We tried to make the best this year that we could. I know a lot of people weren't happy with us, but we did our very best. We tried to be supportive of the group, tried to build the membership. I hope Marge can improve on this year. I don't think it would take much to improve on this year, but she's got some big plans. I wish her well. Hope it grows, hope it succeeds. Good luck to you.
Thanks, Brian. We know this has been a tough year, you guys, but we are growing, we will grow, and it is this group of people in the room and on Zoom that are going to make it happen. So I'm proud to be here with all of you.
Agreed. And then, oh yes, I know who this is. So, well, it's just kind of a joker. The person who won membership of the year, or realtor of the year, member of the year, I think is what it is, right? Yeah, member of the year. I said membership, sorry. Member of the year. We had a resounding number of votes come in for him, and it's Craig Peck. No, not a speech. He's going to sing.
When Craig speaks, we force him. So.
Can I take a picture? Are you okay?
Oh, yeah.
Totally a shock. Relative to WCR, it was just being there, supporting you guys, not doing a whole lot other than just being there and supporting you. And then Marge asked also for people to step up and start a little bit more in the leadership. And so I stepped up into education. So hopefully we'll get some stuff going there, but I do a lot of stuff in lots of other areas. Yeah, and I can't always, I can't be as amazing as a lot of you guys are. So, but I try. So thank you very much for this honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
So for those of you that may or may not know, Craig was the president of Sevrar before the merger, and he has always been a big supporter of Women's Council and a member for many years. I don't know, Craig, how many years have you been a member? I feel like it's as long as I've been around, so. A lot?
So yeah, I started in 1990, I think was my first year. And that's when Sheila, the British, whatever the.
Espinosa.
Yeah, she became the national president, one of our first from Arizona, our national president. And
that's our first from Arizona.
Yep.
So Craig has just always been there for us, and he's been there to support, and he's been a big spokesperson for Women's Council at the local association level. So when you see him personally, thank him as well. So congratulations, Craig. I'm really proud. Jana, do you have anything else? All right, well, let's give a round of applause to the entire, we're going to do the official thing, but let's give a round of applause to the entire 2020 team and all the committee chairs and everyone who couldn't be here or is here, because yes, you guys stuck it out during a year that was unexplainable, but we're here together and we're getting through it together. So thank you, Jana, and your team. All right, we're going to move into the actual.
This is the Marge Marge is going to give Jana her presidential award.
Yes.
I just put up the wrong thing on the screen. I'm sorry, Cindy. Okay. It's all you, Marge.
Thank goodness Pam's keeping us all in line. It works out great.
You're giving her past president award. I have it. I'll bring it to you. Okay. You just talk about Jana.
Thank you. So this is COVID. So you stand there and I'll stand over here because we both have our masks off because Commissioner, we're kind of rebels. Okay. But if we stay our distance, Pam said we could. Pam, back up to about 2.5 feet. I want you to be compliant. Janice had a rough year. It's been COVID. And I do remember we had this amazing Cromford report scheduled for March. And then on March 16th, somebody said, you can't do any of this. And then it was close this down, close that down, and we couldn't come to the building. And I don't envy anybody who had the COVID year of presidency because we pivoted, but it was pretty hard to pivot. And because first we had to figure out how to use Zoom and get everybody to sit down and sit on a chair all day and then reschedule. We've got 4 different Zoom meetings at the same time. So we don't envy what you've gone through this year because I was at the planning session. I know we had huge plans. So we learned to pivot because that's what life is all about. So on behalf of everybody on your team and your leadership, we would like to present a plaque to you for your service and your dedication to Women's Council. And so on behalf of the leadership team, of all of the committee members, I think we don't call them committee members now, we call them teams, team projects. Okay, our team project leaders and everybody that participated. Jana, thank you for your commitment. Now my hand, I've touched it with my hand. Okay, so thank you very much. And please remember, please send all photos. I love my photo frames. So as we go through this, I remember Frances Rang is sitting here, that she was president of, well, back when there was dirt, about 3 buildings ago, Fran was president. And she's got like a photo album. Remember those? Where he would take film, have it developed, of her year as a president. Now we have frames where I can have up to 8,000 photos in a history. So please send all of them to the address that you've seen on the screen. Pam, I give it back to you.
So we are going to try and send you 7,999 photos. So all you guys get busy. Even if you're on Zoom, take a picture of your Zoom screen for her, okay? We want to overload her with pictures from her installation. Okay, we are going to move into the installation part of our program now. And Pam, if you could please start, that would be awesome.
I will. So this installation ceremony is probably more different than anything you're going to have seen or will see in your entire lifetime. So we're very, very excited about it. And I get to start with the most exciting part for the current year's president, which is as you become past leaders of Women's Council of Realtors, Arizona East Valley, you will become a member in the ranks with your experience and training, which our council looks to you to use in a new role. A role to support and further the efforts of those who are about to follow in office.
Hey, Pam.
Yeah?
2 pages might be reversed because it should start in the life of every organization. Do you have that page?
Mm-hmm.
1, and then there should be page 2 is what you were reading.
Oh, I don't have page 1. Maybe it's over there. Can I steal yours, Judy? Is it there?
If you don't, I can.
Well, that was just a preview of what's going to happen later. Okay, so here's what's really happening right now.
Perfect. Thanks, Pam. This is
All
how
right.
This is how you punt, not just pivot, but punt.
Well, thank you. In the life of every organization, we need some people to lead and others to follow. Today, we are happy to pay tribute to our retiring officers and to salute our new leaders. These members are elevated as officers to plan, to work, and to serve. Then they step back and follow while others lead. Will the 2020 leadership please stand as I call your name? Mike Schweikart, Program Director, Brian Stanley, Membership Director, Shannon Murphy, Secretary, Bridget Valenciano, Treasurer, Jana Powell, President, Marge Peck, President-elect. And you all can applaud now just for a second. That's a powerful group I'm looking at. In your service to Women's Council of Realtors, Arizona East Valley, you have earned the respect, appreciation, and gratitude of your membership. We truly are mindful of the work you have done, and we honor you for the achievements you have attained. As you become past leaders of the Women's Council of Realtors East Valley, you will become members in the ranks with your experience and training, which our council looks to you in your new role. A role to support and further the efforts of, let me find it. Now I need Judy's second page. Sorry, Judy. Thank you so much. Of those who are about to follow in office. You're keeping a straight face for me, aren't you? Thank you, Mike. I want to personally thank you for a job well done. And as a former leader and as a member of this chapter or network, you guys have done a phenomenal job in a very difficult year. Members and guests, please help me in giving these officers a well-deserved round of applause. I now declare these offices vacant. Thank you all. You may be seated.
Thank you, Pam. Now we're going to move into the installation of our 2021 officers. Will the officer-elects or any appointment or directors please come forward as I call your name? Carol Gruber, Program Director. Carol, your duty is to ensure the development and delivery of timely and relevant business-oriented education in our industry events and networking events that attract a high level of participation from members and the real estate industry at large. Jill Scott, Membership Director. Jill, your duty is to conduct outreach strategies to communicate the value of the network and the Women's Council brand, as well as engage prospective new and renewing members. Amanda okay, I'm going to try not to slaughter this. Amanda O'Halloran, Secretary. Amanda, your job as Secretary is to ensure the proper reporting and taking of minutes of the governing board meetings and assist the network with compliance and correspondence as requested by the President. Bridget Ballasino, Treasurer. Bridget, your office is to ensure strategies and systems are in place to support the financial health and integrity of the network, as well as ensure proper reporting and network compliance with all state and federal laws and regulations. Jimmy Garcia, President-elect. Jimmy, you will support the President in fulfilling their duties, build leadership skills, and prepare to assume the presidency in 2022. You will also be working on developing and maintaining productive relationships with strategic partners to ensure satisfaction and support of network activities. Okay, is everybody up front? Pam, I'll let you tell me when you've got everybody there.
I made them come into the light here.
Thank you.
Everyone can see them now.
You're in the light. Okay. All right. If you are all ready to accept your responsibilities of your offices, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly promise and swear to administer the office to which you have been elected or appointed to the best of your judgment and ability, conforming to the bylaws of the Women's Council of Realtors, observing and enforcing the Code of Ethics, and supporting all activities and interests of the Women's Council of Realtors at all times? If so, please answer, I do promise.
They said it.
Okay, I just didn't hear. It's my honor, by the virtue of the authority conferred upon me, to declare each of you duly and officially installed in your respective offices, and I extend to you my congratulations and best wishes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your 2021 leadership team. Now, if they would stay up in front of the room, we are going to bring up our 2021 president. Marge Peck, President, would you please come forward?
Among your,
So,
right here, so everyone can see you. And look up at the camera. Come back, come this way, Marge. There you go. Yeah, the camera's up in the corner.
I can see you. Perfect. So Marge wanted to do something special today to honor some of her mentors. So we're going to do a team installation. So let me introduce the team, and if you would all come forward so that you can use the mic to read your portion. So first we have Frances Rang, who started Marge in real estate in 1981. She basically introduced Marge to leadership and to RAPAC, and for that I want to thank you, Frances, because RAPAC is so important. And at 94 years young, her nickname back then was always Fair Fran, and still is, and we're so proud of her involvement over the years. So Fran, thank you so much for being here to support Marge. Next, we have Pam Freestead, who Marge and Pamela met through real estate way back. And then Marge was actually involved in Women's Council for many years. And then basically other people got her back involved. So Pamela, thank you for starting her involvement with Women's Council. Then Leila Woodward, past Arizona East Valley president. She basically, this is the word that Marge used, drug Marge into Women's Council by insisting that she come and promised that she would have fun. So she hooked her back in, and for that, we just want to thank you, Leila. So thank you. Leila, please come forward as well. And then we have Commissioner Judy Lowe. They have so much mutual respect for one another, and they are friends. And Judy's role is to keep Marge in line in her career. So Judy, thank you for doing your best in that. Yeah. And then there'll be myself, and really, what can I say? My job is to talk her off the cliff when necessary and to keep her on the straight and narrow from Women's Council terms. So I'm here for you, Marge, and I'm excited about what you'll accomplish in 2021. So Frances, if you would please start our installation.
You can stand wherever you want.
Okay.
Got it?
Yep. Wouldn't you know that I twisted my back the day before yesterday? So that's why I'm with this cane, and there it goes. Anyway, Marge, you are honored to be installed in the highest office of the Women's Council of Realtors can bestow. To you, we look for the kind of unselfish leadership that will bring success, harmony, and achievement in 2021. It's got to be a better year than this year.
Pamela?
You will provide leadership and direction for the network, keeping your team focused on the mission of the council and the business plan. You will act as a local voice for the Women's Council brand, articulating the value of the network, representing Women's Council throughout the community, and setting the tone for active member involvement. There'll be lots of dancing.
Leila?
Oh, Leila's next.
For the entire leadership team in the positions you are about to assume, you will be identified as the officers of the Women's Council of Realtors, Arizona East Valley, dedicated to be the best interest of the profession and the welfare of your members.
Commissioner Judy Lowe?
Marge, as part of the 2021 leadership team, you are entering upon a new phase of service, cooperation, and leadership. You will exemplify the best that realtors have to offer for our profession and communities. Guard this trust carefully and give full measure of your time, qualities, and leadership, as we all know you will do.
Marge, if you're ready to accept the responsibilities of your office, please raise your right hand. Marge has asked me to do the next part a little differently. So usually we have the president say, I do. But she says that hasn't worked out for her 3 previous times, and so we're going to use the words "I promise." So March, do you solemnly promise and swear to administer the office to which you have been elected or appointed to the best of your judgment and ability, conforming to the bylaws of Women's Council of Realtors, observing and enforcing the code of ethics, and supporting the activities and interests of the Women's Council of Realtors at all times? If so, please answer by saying, "I promise."
I promise.
All right, it's my honor by the virtue of the authority conferred upon all of us on your installation team to declare you duly installed in officially the president for 2021 Women's Council East Valley. And I extend my personal congratulations, and all of you, let's give Marge a round of applause.
You.
So before everybody sits down that's on the team, I just want to officially introduce the entire team. This leadership team will work together with project team leaders whom are volunteering to serve our network and to put successful industry events and networking and member-only events on, and to provide education and leadership as well as member value and development. And I know you guys are going to have some fun along the way. It's our honor to present the 2021 Women's Council of Realtors East Valley Leadership Team. Congratulations, everyone. So Marge said, if you're in the room, she wants you to raise the pom-poms that are on the table and shake them in the air for her. Okay. So next we have a tradition that we do in Women's Council, which is the traditional passing of the gavel, where the past presidents of the East Valley Network will, starting with the most, I'm going to be nice about this, the most senior past president to current past president, in order past the gavel. And I know we have Karen Kay on Zoom, so somebody gets to pass to the screen. But we'll start with Pamela, and then if you guys can line up in front in the order. So I know we have Leela, I know we have Karen who's on Zoom, and we have one, and Jana, of course, who's probably dancing in the streets now that she's officially a past president. So
we have Tiffany Jones too, Cindy.
Tiffany, I didn't see you on Zoom. So, all right, I'm not forgetting. Who else is on Zoom or in the room that I'm missing that snuck in on us? All right, well, Tiffany, we introduced everybody earlier. So, all right, so welcome. And then for you guys that'll be passing the gavel, if you would say your name, if you would tell us what year you were president, and then give Marge a little bit of advice on how she can succeed this year, that would be awesome. So Pamela, I'll pass that down to you.
You can do whatever you want. Disclaimer, within reason.
Karen's up. Karen.
Yes, hello. I believe I start. I'm Karen Kay. I was president in 1998 of the Southeast Valley chapter, which is now the East Valley chapter. And I have been at every single pass the gavel since we started, unless I was out of town. And many of you know, I most always say the same thing, which is number one, Marge, delegate, because more will get done, and to delegate, then you have everybody doing jobs. I also like to share to enjoy your year because it goes by so fast. And remember to smile along the way. So this year, I'd like to add just a couple of things to that. And that would be, I'd like to say, we all need to be able to share kindness. And in reaching out to every member as we grow the chapter and get more realtor members to come to meetings, to be able to be active, is to listen. So with kindness and listening, we should be able to bring our chapter that we want to on the growth. And Marge, you're going to do great. Have a great year. Pass the gavel to the next.
Thank you, Karen.
I think I'm the next to Karen.
Yeah, I think you are.
Yes. I was president here in 2009, and Karen was someone that I always looked up to. She was on my board, and she was fantastic, and she just said everything I would say to you. It's really important that you stop and have fun, which I know you will do. And when times are hard, like 2020 has been a very treacherous year, but we all grew so much in this year. And so when times are the hardest, that's when we grow the most. So we're ready to grow and get bigger and have a lot of fun, but don't discount the hard times. They're part of the best times.
Thank you, Pam.
You're welcome.
Who's next?
Is it you or Tiffany? Tiffany, it's you.
Unmute.
Sorry about that. Can you guys hear me okay? I hope so. What was I, 2018, I believe, president? Okay, yeah, Carolyn's shaking her head. We were presidents at the same time. So I would just say, first of all, I was able to join probably more meetings than I normally would have been able to because you were on Zoom. And I feel like your guys' classes and the people who you brought in to speak were amazing. Some of my favorite meetings this year were your meetings. So your pivot was well done. I would say that as a leader, because I've learned how to cook from you, Marge, I know you know how to teach. I've also taken CE classes with you, and I really know you know how to teach. And I think that, you know, you have a very nurturing spirit to you. And I think if you just keep nurturing this little baby of yours, this membership group, I think you're going to do an amazing job. And so I agree with Kay, the delegation is super important. You can't do it all. And I do also agree with her that your year will go through very, very fast. And I know you'll do a great job. So congratulations.
Thanks, Tiffany. All right, is it
Okay. Is this on? I'm Leela. I'm 2019 Women's Council East Valley Network President, and I'm the one who roped Marge into this leadership role. I just want to say, like at my installation, you know, you need to stand tall, be like a pineapple, straighten your crown, and be yourself, have fun. And right now in real estate, everybody's on their own island. And so we need to re-engage those people, bring them forward, come together. It's really important to find all these people that are stranded on these islands and get them going again, because this has been a hard year and we've all had to adapt. And I think you're right for the job to bring these people forward. So good luck, and I'm very proud of you.
Okay, Jana, congratulations. You're officially a past president. So words of advice.
Like Leela said, that's kind of the best part. I'm going to set my phone down here so I can read off of it. There's no sound block with this, so you can't smack it too hard and break it like Leela's ear. You have to be careful. I'm so excited for the 2021 team. You guys are going to do a fantastic job. And I'm looking forward to watching your guys' journey. And I'm here in the background if you guys need help. And with that, this is to keep your meetings on time and moving forward.
Awesome. Congratulations. Now, I think that we should make an exception here and that we should allow our current state president, and is Elizabeth on the call? I didn't see her, but if she's not, then we will have Kay as our 2021 president give some advice to Marge, because Marge will be on her team. So Kay, do you have a second to say a few words of wisdom to us? I didn't tell her she was doing that, so she may not have.
Well, and I don't think she's with us anymore.
Okay, all right. Then Carolyn, since you're our state liaison for next year, do you want to say anything?
Well, I will say that remember, pivot is not a bad word. I think that we're still going to be pivoting for quite some time this year, and this is the beginning of it. This is the show of how we're going to do this. We're going to be there for live. We're going to be there for the Zoom. And I think that it's just going to be the new way that we're going to be part of everything. And actually, as the state liaison, I'm kind of excited because like Sam Powell, there's no way we could have joined 3 other installations today by doing this. So I am proud to be here. I know that the Team 21 is going to do an amazing job. And just remember, pivot is not a bad, ugly word. Pivot.
All right, and I'm going to wrap this up before we let Marge speak and just say, as a past national president, that I want you all to stop being so hard on yourselves about this year, because in leadership, we feel like, you know, we did not do a good job this year because of what happened, but that was out of our control. What you guys did an amazing job on was the pivot, and that's exactly what Carolyn's saying. So for me, what this has done for us nationally and locally and statewide is it has allowed members who never would have been able to connect in those realms to connect with one another. And we can do a great job of making sure our members know about our national meetings and about our state meetings, because before you had to go spend several $1,000s a person to go to these events, and now you can do the happy hours and the virtual events online. And so we are touching members we never would have touched, and we are meeting members we never would have touched. And I want you all to be proud of each other and proud of your accomplishments for 2020, and not down on yourselves about it at all, because we did the best with what we had, and you guys actually had a phenomenal year in regard to your programming. And it is tough. We're all zoomed out, but you know, you are connecting with people that never would have taken time to come to a meeting. Tiffany said it. So, you know, I just want you all to be proud. I'm proud of you, and National Women's Council team would be proud of you, because they are seeing the difference of people being able to attend a national meeting for $99 instead of $500, and not having hotel bills. So be proud of what you're accomplishing in your businesses as well as in your personal lives. And I know everybody's burnt out, but don't be down on yourselves. You guys are all rock stars. And I want you all to give yourselves and everyone else in the room a round of applause before we bring Marge up for her wise words. So, all right, Marge, it is all yours. So take our podium away.
Only up there will I need it. So, can you hear me now? Perfect. This is the challenge of being tall. It's Craig can attest. You got to pick it up and put it right near your mouth. First of all, I want to thank you for allowing me to say a few words here. I just came from an installation of one of our chapters. So it's kind of an exciting time for the association. And I want to thank most of all WCR. Throughout my career as an association executive, going on, if you'll believe this, my 17th year, WCR has been a key component of leadership at the association. We would not be where we're at as associations, not only here, but across the country, if it wasn't for WCR. So I want to personally thank each and every one of you for belonging, for serving, for engaging, and for making a difference in the life of not only us as an association and the realtors of which you serve, but I always say this to every member. Every time you drive by a house, if you're involved with the association, you drive by all these houses out there, we have an impact in each and every one of them through the policies that we support and recommend and the engagement in the cities. You guys make a big difference. And I want you to think about that. It is one of the most honorable professions, and I don't think we take enough time saying, it's pretty cool what you do each and every day. So congratulations to you. Congratulations to the new officers. Congratulations to those who have served. And go team. Thank you.
I want to say thank you to you personally, because over the years you have always been a strong supporter of Women's Council, both at the local, state, and national level. So thank you to you, and we serve. Okay, Marge, so I want to do a few celebration toasts before we have you speak. Am I allowed to do that?
You can, Cindy, you can, I will yield to anything you ever want to do in your whole life.
Pam's trying to keep me in line here. So we have some celebration toasts that we want to do. And we're going to start out with Mike Swikert, who's your broker. So your designated broker, Mike. And while Mike's getting ready, we're also going to have Stacy and Jimmy, so you guys could be on deck.
Look at the faces. Can they see me? Sam, hi, can you hear me? Sam, send some more mints. The mints were good.
You got it, sir.
It's nice to see the faces. Because Susan Adcox, hi Susan. Tiffany, I know. But Sam's got the mints. She's got the good mints. I sleep good at night. Oh, that's right, I know. You know, people are talking about how rough last year was. I don't think it was obviously rough. But when life gives you lemons, we got to make lemonade, right? Or margaritas. Pam, great job. Thank you, Ms. Commissioner. You know, I was fortunately enough to, growing up, be a best man in a wedding maybe a dozen times. And you know, when people get married, and you know, and when you know these people, yes, it is. You grow up with somebody or you know somebody for a long time, you have to kind of make up stuff when you talk about them. Like, I know this guy, he's not a good guy. Why is he marrying her? Why is she marrying him? But with Marge, you get real, really. Whether you're her friend or if you think you're not her friend, you know exactly where Marge stands. Fair? Isn't that true? Another thing I think we all know is, God forbid, if my house burned down or anybody else's house burnt down, you can go stay on her couch. There's no doubt, Mom. Even her competitors would tell you, damn it, yeah, that's right. She out-negotiated me. She's a strong person. We've never been on the same side of a discussion, but if I ever needed anything, I know that Marge would be there for me. And it's honest, it's true. I'm thrilled you're at our brokerage, and I'm proud to call you my friend. So cheers to you, and have a fun, prosperous 2021. Cheers.
Okay, Stacy.
Marge Peck. I am one of the newer ones that have come into your life and you're in mine. So I don't have the background that many people here do. But I have to tell you, I've always been impressed from day one because Commissioner Judy Lowe is here. Look at all the people in this room that you know that have impacted your life and therefore all of our lives. And it never impressed me enough how every time I'm in your presence, how you always think bigger than life. And I love that. I love how you're always moving up that level of what can we do better and how can we improve the Women's Council. And so that touched my heart immediately. We have leaders that come through our lives that touch our heart, but then we have other ones that leave footprints. And I have to say, you are one that has left footprints. The goals that you set before us is so impressive, and I love how you're wanting to make our community, our lives, our realtors all better, and that means so very much, and it speaks volumes of the person that you are. I want to let you know that we're all here to support you and anything you can do. And I remember being at your retreat, and I received a text from Brenda Lee, and she wished you her very best, and she is our national president that just presently for National Women's Council, and then also Pamela Banks wished you the best as well. And so I know you're going to do wonderful things, and we're all here to support you. So here's to you, Marge. Knock it out of the park.
Thank you. Jimmy Garcia.
Hopefully all of you can hear me. Thumbs up if you can hear me on Zoom. Okay, perfect. Marge, I don't even know where to begin. I could attribute to you being the whole reason I am in real estate, and all the knowledge that I've acquired from you in learning how to become a real estate instructor and learning how to become a professional agent, and always coming to you with questions and then potential problems and even ranting. You have been definitely a light to my path in real estate, and I'll forever be grateful for that. Also, what a year that we're going to have. I am more than excited to get started on this amazing journey with you. I know how much passion, I know how much fire, I know how much enjoyment you put into everything that you do. You give 110% is your minimum, and I know you're going to even give beyond that so much more. So I'd like to leave you with this one quote. May you have the hindsight to know where you've been, the foresight to know where you're going, and the insight to know when you've gone too far. As Marge, we could always attest, the fact that you've only spoke maybe 60 seconds the entire time has impressed all of us. So we're looking forward to the rest of the year, Marge. God bless, and look forward to working with you.
Thanks, Jimmy. So Commissioner Lowe, would you like to say a few words?
Hi. It's me? Oh. Okay. I'm just going to do just a little bit of nostalgia. I have known Marge for 39 years. This was a young lady who came here with 3 children and a mother to support on her own when the interest rates, ladies, were 18%. Now, you know what? I mean, we would be appalled to even think about that today. Anyway, she has gone up the ladder as far, about almost as far as she can go. After this year, who knows what. But I've got to tell you one story. I was honored to be president of the Arizona Association in 1986. We have always had conventions out of town in San Diego or somewhere. A lot of people couldn't afford at that time to go because they weren't making that much money because of the interest rates. So we decided we would have a convention in August in Scottsdale in Arizona. The board of directors thought we were crazy, and Marge came up with the idea that since we didn't have enough room at the hotel we had booked in Scottsdale, we needed a place for the vendors. You know, you have to have people got to go buy their jewelry and stuff. So Marge says, why don't we have a tent? And the board of directors said, are you crazy? Okay. Oh yeah, well it was, yes, air conditioned. See, she's always on top of everything. So they said, okay, if you think you can do it, you raise the money because we can't afford it. 2 days later, Marge had raised $50,000. So don't ever underestimate what this gal can do, because if she says we're going to do it, you'll do it.
Thank you, Judy Lowe. That is so amazing. I heard the tent story, so it is a legend. And I can only imagine the two of you working together. So next I want to just hand this over to Sam Powell to say a few words herself. But if you guys don't know Sam, she is amazing at doing a virtual happy hour scenario. And so I tasked her after she's done with helping wrangle in anyone else who wants to say a few words to to Marge. So Sam, take it away.
Hi, everybody. How are you? Hello from Chicago, where it's slightly cooler temperatures than you guys where you're at. But I wanted to say, how do you follow a commissioner? I've never had an opportunity to do that before, so I'm super honored. But before we go much further, I gotta say, Cindy, just to be clear, it's recorded. Marge will do anything, stop her life and world to do anything you ask of her. So I just wanted to remind you that that's there and it's recorded. Marge and I just recently met. And you know, this experience, like right here, right now, reminds me a little bit of the early 90s where distance learning just started. And I feel like what's old is new again. So we're bringing it back, but we're bringing it back with a little bit more flair and tenacity. What I want to say to you personally, Marge, is you remind me a bit of me in this concept of you create the energy in the room. So when Marge is all wound up, that energy is here, as we know. And when Marge is calm, she calms me. Does that resonate with anyone in this room? Me in a room with Marge, when she's calm, calms me. So she's her own level of medication. Just hang out with her. And I will say this, if you are ever asked to attend a meeting with Marge, a one-on-one, just some quality time, say yes, but say it with an asterisk that she's got to cook the meal. That woman can cook. She reminds me a little bit of our Rebecca Thompson here in Chicago, where she's our go-to foodie because she tells you where to go and what to eat. Marge is that on a slant, which is I will make what it is I want you to eat, and it will be my version of. Marge, you have come a beautiful long way in a short time, and I'm excited to have met you. You're sort of the epitome of what we want in Women's Council, meaning connecting people around the globe, finding and reconnecting with people with purpose, and bring in talents, use the talents from within and use the talents from within your Women's Council across the country, spending time with our peers around this amazing planet, even just virtually. I'll walk out of here today with my head, you know, in the clouds higher than the Zoom, feeling zoomed out. This makes me feel zoomed in, and I really appreciate you inviting and opening this up to anyone who wanted to come and join us today. That being said, we'd like to invite anyone in the room with us here on the Zoom, if you want to just virtually raise your hand, if you'd like to snag the mic from me and say a few kind words and some advice to Marge and her entire leadership team, please let us know. We'd love to hear from you too. Somebody, anybody.
So you know, also Sam, I'm noticing we have people on this call from El Paso, and we have people on this call from Idaho, and we have people on this call from Illinois. So
nice.
Who else is on the call? You don't have to talk if you don't want to, but tell us where you're from. Who else is from someplace else?
Hi all, this is Janet.
Yay, all right.
Boise, Idaho.
Yeah.
Hey girlfriend.
See? So I mean, this is what Zoom has done for us,
Yes.
you guys. This is how we can connect with people we never would have been able to connect. And for years, I've been telling you all, it's the power of our network. And I would have never known Sam if it hadn't been for her buying me at an auction for lunch one time, and we got to know each other really well, and the rest is history. So this is what it's all about, you guys. So who wants to say a few words? All right, maybe Frances would say a few words.
She's a good friend, but it really depends upon what she says.
Temporarily. So I've known Marge for 39 years old, so I'm the daughter.
Before you keep going,
daughter of
I
Francis.
have more toffee bars at my house.
I know.
Okay,
God,
behave.
she can cook. It's incredible. Anyway, I want to add to Mom's story. Wasn't it, she said you raised 50,000, wasn't it 100?
No, it was, well,
I mean, the whole thing.
we raised 250,000.
Okay. Yeah, well.
Okay, we can't hear Marge, so you're going to have to tell.
I'm sorry.
The convention budget was a budget when we were all done of $250,000 break even. And now I look back at it and think, was I insane? I wasn't even worried about it at all. We did it. It was easy.
Don't ever, ever underestimate her. If she says she's going to do something, don't laugh. And also, I think that was the year that you had on a Superwoman. Okay.
Year before it was We Were Coming to America, the theme, we had it in Tucson, and I was really, really tiny. And
Thin and hotter than a freaking firecracker.
Don't go there.
And she had on a Superwoman outfit. No, you had on a Superwoman. I've got the picture. Anyway, so passionate. Obviously, you all know that, but she is the most selfless person I've known other than my mother. She's incredibly giving, incredible cook, exceptionally smart, but she is one of the most creative people I've ever known also. So I'm just so proud of you, and I just love you, and I know you're going to do really well this year.
Well, I love you too,
So
Vicky.
much.
Only
Awesome.
24 people able to come to today. Ricky's not a realtor. She's just a really good friend, and she likes my cooking.
I do.
Vicky, come on back up again. Did you get the picture? No, come on back. My son is actually taking pictures.
We got to get pictures.
Jim? Thank you. Cindy, what are we doing next?
Okay, so I think James needs to come up with Pamela for us to do your official pin, for your president's pin, and then we will turn the mic over to you.
Okay, James is my son.
I know.
I have to tell you, throughout this whole meeting, everybody has blown me away, starting with Jeff. And I have been standing up here watching my 43-year-old son that has watched me go from real estate, working incredible hours and doing everything I've done. And he's had tears in his eyes. So the love that all of you have shown me, it has been incredibly cool to see my youngest of 3 sons here today. Again, 24 people was the limit. So this is pretty special. So James, I guess when Cindy Reddy asks you to do something, you don't hesitate. This isn't mom. You better come up here because. Okay, Pamela, I guess we need to.
So what we're doing for all of you is there is a pin that she gets as the president, and her son is going to do the honors of pinning it on her.
Okay, so he's going to do that at her first meeting because it did not come in from the team store apparently. So to be continued, but he is going to hug her.
I think we need a picture of the two of them together, so somebody take that while he's up there, okay?
Okay.
Who's officially taking the picture?
Did you get it? Uh-oh, come back.
Come on, James, we got to get a picture with you and your mom. There you go. That's a good shot. Okay, Marge. So listen, you know, I've known you for a lot of years. I started out in real estate taking classes from you with the M&M teaching team. That may be a memory you don't want to remember, but that's what I remember. And I've known you for a lot of years, and you're probably the only person in Arizona who can rival my parliamentary procedure interests. So I am so proud of you and proud of your team and honored to be here to do this for you today. And I would love to pass the mic to you so you can say a few words to your membership.
Thank you very much, Cindy. All of you, see when I stand this way and look at the board, then nobody back here can see me. So pardon my back as I turn around and address the audience. And I'm going to try and be really, really nice. There are so many people to thank. How was your lunch today? Wonderful. I've got thumbs up coming, okay? That was catered from Red Devil in Tempe. I know the owners and I know the chef that's been back in the kitchen. And I said, we need something plated. And the price was incredible. And it got even better because we had 3 strategic partners. So everybody here today was comped their lunch as part of our new strategic partner program. So I want to thank our strategic partners. Next. And you know, I did a planning session with no agenda, but I have a completely written script that I probably am going to go off of, Sam. So bear with me a little bit. I'm incredibly humbled and excited to stand before you today. It's a privilege and an honor to be working with Team 21, representing the East Valley Network as president. So let's start. A special thanks to Cindy Reddy, Pam Priestad, Commissioner Judy Lowe. The first time I've ever said just Judy in front of everybody. I just am honored to know you. You are that smile that you give. You just, when it's like, it's okay what you're doing, Marge. And I love that. Leila Woodard, who I know has got an incredible system and sensitivity, and she's here today. Gloves, mask, and all, I thank you for being here. And Frances Rang, at 94 years old, who, with a twisted back on top of it, showed up today. 56 years, she was an active real estate agent, president of the local association, and president of the state association. And obviously, 56 years was Realtor Emeritus. I thank you for being here today too, Fran. I'd like to thank all of the families that experience all that goes on with a volunteer. And seeing my son today, actually in tears, knowing when you give time because you care about the profession. I'm not reading this. I have been emotionally moved by watching my son. He's going to leave now. He's going to be mad at me. I love all of you, and thank you for being so encouraging and positive. Jim, for your mom's involvement for the last 39, almost Realtor Emeritus status. So thank you for that. Leadership is about the team, and it's an honor to be part of the team bringing the programs for 2021. And so my team, oh my God, I'm so thankful to Jimmy Garcia. See, Jimmy, I knew I'd get the mic eventually at the end, so you'd get more than 6 minutes. Bridget is amazing. I mean, amazing. Bridget, there was so much that UPS was supposed to bring today, and it's not going to be here at 9 till 9 o'clock at night. So Jana, I will tell you, you will have your past president's pin. And Leila, I think the driver got lost because you should have gotten yours a year ago, but you'll get yours also. Amanda, I'm excited to see you starting in Women's Council. I know if I have any problems, I'll just call your mom and have her get you. Carol, man, we've known each other for how many years? A very, very, very long time. And it's going to be an honor to work with you. Jill Scott is on the way to the hospital to be tested for COVID. Our technology leader, team leader, Janet Fedora, Leila Woodard as past presidents, Pam Priestad as my parliamentarian and presidential advisor. Parliamentarian, Pam, I'll be real honest, I'm not that worried, but presidential advisor, I will always listen to any advice you have for me. I may not do it, but I will listen. And you know what? A lot of things that everybody has advised me in the last 4 or 5 weeks, I have yielded to and made them work within what some of my thoughts were. So I thank everybody's input. Susie Steinman is not here also. There was a family emergency. Paul Pastore is sitting quiet in the back of the room. I'm so excited about Paul Pastore being on the events committee because in your program, you'll see that we're doing an incredible event way back when some of you weren't born. Paul Pastore was in something called Duel in the Desert. And if you didn't buy your ticket at the very beginning of the event, you didn't get in. Let's see if I can name him. Paul Pastore was one of the people that you used to do FSBOs all the time. I mean, you and Mendoza owned the Valley and listings. We're going to play the part of a couple, Paul and I. We're going to do a Duel in the Desert will be a competition where we're going to have people come in and do a listing presentation. The members will vote by Zoom. We're going to have it set up so that you can vote for your favorite realtor. But the fun part is, Paul, nobody is going to know the questions you and I are going to ask except you and I. We could be a couple that just got married. We could be a couple that got divorced because we've been there a couple times. I've done it a couple times. So nobody is going to know anything about this other than there will be a winner. The first one is probably going to be 2 males. The second one in May will be 2 females. And the third one will be Duel in the Desert, Battle of the Sexes. So I think we're going to see some amazing turnout from this. Maybe even we'll have a lot of people being promoting this because we can do this live and in Zoom throughout the country. Bree Pastore is also on the events committee. formerly with YPN. So I know between Paul and Bree being on this committee, we're going to have some fun. Michelle is also there. Sean St. Clair is our bylaws. Jean Beelish is our hospitality. Karen Kay is diversity. And in April, which is our Fair Housing Month, they're going to have a diversity panel, which is going to be phenomenal. I'm looking forward to putting, anybody who knows me knows I believe in education. So the programs, when we did our planning session, what happened at after 5 o'clock, we won't talk about, but what happened before that, when we planned them, you have an outline in your program showing some of the things that are going to take place. We're going to have unbelievable education and panels for our monthly meetings. Our board meetings are going to be the second Wednesday of the month from 9:30 until hopefully when they're done in an hour. Everybody's invited to those. That's an open meeting. Our team leaders will be there. And if you're interested in leadership, we're interested in having you there. Let's see, I jumped ahead a little bit, but I saw Paul in the back of the room and I jumped ahead of my own script. I have to share with you about goals. Membership right now, there's a special on from the state to everybody that's a member, bring one member by the end of the year. Oh, that seems pretty easy. I did like 15 in the last 3 weeks. So if I ask everybody to bring one member, and I've looked around the room earlier today, and here's what I noticed. Everybody in this room is a member. Vicki, you're not a realtor, so you cannot be a member of Women's Council. But of the realtors in the room, Pastor Jeff, I just have to show everybody how this is done. Pastor Jeff, first I would like to thank you. I have to stay within camera distance because otherwise they're going to wonder what's going on. Will you come up and join me within 6 feet, please? Okay, this is the girl that used to go to a board meeting and say, okay, I'm not leaving here until everybody gives me something for our packet for an auction. So as I preface that, this is kind of mean, kind of risky. Cindy, this is risky what I'm doing, okay? Jeff, right here. Eye contact, 6 feet, 6 feet. I think it's amazing, as involved as you've been in the industry. Has anybody ever asked you to be a member of Women's Council? Not recently, okay? I'd like to ask you today on my installation if you would like to join Women's Council, because first of all, I would like to see as many meetings that you could attend. I would start them off with an invocation. I don't think I've ever heard an invocation that was as inspiring. And last night I looked up the definition of an invocation. An invocation is supposed to be done at the start of a business meeting. That's part of the definition. That's where it happens. When I started in real estate, we used to do invocations until somebody probably decided we shouldn't. But you see now, we can do invocations because I've got the gavel, okay? But I don't want to do them. I would rather somebody with your authority do them. So I would love it. Not only that, the networking is phenomenal. I met Sam Powell about a year ago. I don't even know if we're supposed to talk about this stuff, but now I'm being Marge, okay? I have a referral. I'm listing a property this Friday from Chicago from Sam. And I know I'm not the only realtor she knows. The referral is in the East Valley. So I am the obvious person for her to call. And I thank you for that. But the networking of all the stuff I've had after my name, alphabet-wise, Sam's not my only referral that I've had from Women's Council. Probably the most fun. Definitely the most fun person of all the people I've known. So the networking is phenomenal. And I know you do real estate. Sunday, your church. But during the week, you still are with EXP. So the networking is pretty phenomenal. This year, I think, one thing that wasn't mentioned is how much I really, really, really like fun. You know, it's like that old thing, if you build it, they will come. I like to do everything with fun because I think that's just the way it should be. I don't think out of the box. I live out of the box. For those of you that don't know this, my father was in the casket business. I've been there all my life. So this is just the way I'm programmed. I mean, I'm going to die, so today I'm going to live. So what am I going to ask you? Okay, so would you like to be a member of Women's Council? Because we have a special today. A special. You get you get December free. Your membership won't expire until next year, the end of December, because we're giving you December new members free. No, I can't do that. I can't cut the special. Oh, I know what that is. What I consider cutting the special. Does that sound like something it's said to every realtor? No. Here's what happens. Okay. As a member, you'll never pay for our brunches because the members this year, thanks to our strategic partners, will be coming to all our monthly meetings at no fee. And if you don't join, I might charge you $50 to come. I mean, you know, they gave me that gavel. I could do about anything. Jeff, I would be honored. Okay, this is not normally how I do this, Cindy. This is not quite normally. I usually give
Jeff, you can't say no to Marge. It's her installation, so.
Jeff, if you don't say no, we got 2 more hours of this.
Okay. So WCR, I'm going to tell everybody how easy this normally is. I usually say you want to have some fun. This year they're going to let me be president. If you go to WCR.org, you hit the button that says join. You say Arizona. You say East Valley Network. There's only 9. We're the East Valley. You pay the $194. And then Kay and Elizabeth, Kay, I guess, will get the message now, the email. And I really loved it that Elizabeth was calling me every day for like 15 days, telling me there was a new member. So I'm hoping that somebody will let Kay know, I want a phone call. That, have you accepted to join?
Yes, I'm 16 then.
Awesome.
You're 16. All right. Hey, here, Jeff. Thanks. So everybody keeps telling me in Women's Council, if you just ask. Somebody asked me a long time ago to chair RPAC, like in 1981. I didn't know what that was. I said, okay, what is it? See, I said, okay, what is it? And then we raised gold in 5 months. So I want to see, now that everybody has said I have crazy goals, I want to share them with you. Today, Jana, how many members do we have today? 45. By December 31st, I have told people that I want our network to have 90 members. That's if every one of us asks one person. Jeff, look at what you already have, one responsibility. Go back to EXP that has how many agents? Carol will help you. Carol Gruber will help you. Yeah, all right. Just one, okay? Just get one. And if you really feel like you want to compete, have 2 or 3 or 4, and then we'll reach the 90. Because I would love nothing better from the state to win the East Valley being recognized. And then there's another competition that they announced yesterday. One of our national officers announced that she would pay $250 to the network that doubled their membership from January 1 to January 31st. Okay, now we're starting to get near the numbers that I want to see by my birthday. Another person is in this room that's known me for a long time, Carol Jorgensen. Remember when I asked you to be on recruit and retention? Okay, here's the goal. When we went to the planning session, my goal was to have 400 members this year. There is not another network in the country that has 400 members. Okay, here's what happened. My team said to me, considering who I was, that 400 seemed a little bit under what it should be based on how many members we have in the East Valley. Craig, you're laughing. Okay, I expect at least 3 members from you. And Paul, you're shaking your head yes. You're Toastmaster. I want 5 from you, Paul, okay? Because we're going to come up with some type of a reward for the person that gets the most in December and the most in January. Well, and somebody at the beginning of this told me to delegate. So I can call 15 people and get 15 people to join. But if we all called at least one, I'm only asking for 1 this month. I'm sorry, what was that, Mike? This month, yeah, this month, and maybe 1 more next month. And then if we do 1 more the following month, we're going to do that because if we keep doubling, we'll make it by my birthday, and then I'll have a big pool party in my backyard and invite everybody, and I'll cook. How's that? So that's for my team. Let's do this. I'm honored. And you notice not too many people in this room laughed, Cindy. They know it's going to happen.
We all know it's going to happen, Marge, so there's no doubt.
Okay, so now because we know it's going to happen, we are not going to raise the goal again, okay? I want to sleep once in a while. I would love for more and more people to be part of this team because I think we're all on overload of not having any fun. It's been kind of a tough year, being at home, getting makeup on, walking from the bedroom, walking out and sitting at the computer, you know, playing with the dogs. I mean, this is so exciting. I almost don't want it to end, but I know everybody has to go back to our lock-in positions and places. And I know some of you have driven from a long place and some of you have come tuned in from far away places, and I appreciate that also. I would just appreciate it if we all get that one member quickly. Let's do it before Christmas. I want to thank everybody who's participated today and look forward to, if you have questions about some of the things that are on our schedule, we have planned everything so that we can do this live and in Zoom. When we do Duel in the Desert, we can have 24 people in this room. So when you see something come up from Women's Council, please register or you'll be attending by Zoom. I know the first meeting Leila had, we had 110 people sign up and register for the very first meeting she had in January. And everybody on the board was calling me up and saying, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? It's sold out. I said, applaud. Let's have another program like that. We don't have a problem. This is good. So let's fill the room up, because now when the room is full, they can still attend by Zoom. So when you see something come out, know that the programs, you'll be getting some details. We're going to communicate with you by MeWe. We're going to communicate with you by Facebook. We're going to communicate with you by everything so that you know what we're doing. But you have the calendar. If you have any questions, you have my phone number. I love all of you, and I look forward to seeing you in January. Have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Drive safe. And Pam, do you want to close this down? No? I get to do that? Does anybody, Cindy, do you have anything else that you would like to say?
Just want to say on behalf of the 2020 leadership team and the 2021 leadership team, thank you all for coming. It's been an honor to proceed over this. And I hope you guys all have a great day. And Marge, here we go. It's going to be a great year. Take care.
In case some of you didn't know it, the little box in front of you, I baked last night for all of you. So enjoy that.
Yeah, rumors are, I don't know. I'm sure some chocolate might be involved. I don't know if you guys want to tell me that so I can be jealous, but.
Did you see the photos?
Cindy, yours is going to be delivered to your home tomorrow. You have a very special speaker's gift that I did not make, but you have they have one in this little box, but you have a whole container of them that will be delivered to you tomorrow. Okay?
Hugs, you guys. I'm on a roll, but great.
Love you.
I love you guys. Congratulations, Marge.
Congratulations, everyone. So this is the after party. Karen, I know you and I would have a blast. That's not a problem. It was a pleasure seeing you, by the way. Yeah, you're muted. Jimmy, it was nice seeing you when we could see you.
Nice
Karen, now there you go.
Sam.
It's
Nice.
awesome. I'm so glad you were here.
Yeah. Everybody take care.
Yep. Happy holidays, everyone.